Independent grind, powered by Tech9.
When we initially found you, it was probably 2012, 2013, and you were working with guys like Joey Fats and Vince Staples, like the Cutthroat Boys and all that. How'd you initially get linked up with all those guys, and how'd that little group come about, if you don't mind going that far back?
No, I don't mind. Vince, I mean, I knew Vince, just in the streets. He was just running around, little dude. I was older, so I see him moving around and shit. And we had this link through a mutual homie, me and Vince, first, but to even start there. He knew Vince. Vince was rapping, like, you know what I mean, way back, just because he could. Like, this kid has always been great. That's what, like, people don't realize. Like, Vince has always been. He's one of those kids that was born to do this. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a LeBron James, there's a Michael Jordan, there's a Kendrick Lamar, there's, you know what I mean, these people that were born with these special gifts to really, really go there. You know what I mean? Like, from the gate. Like, I feel like he was put here to do this. You know what I mean? Specifically, nothing else. Like, that was his whole thing. And he had linked me through him, and I kept in touch with him. He would come through the studio. I had like a little home studio. He would pop up here and there. We would link up in the Long Beach area at different studios and just hang out and kick it. He was part of this little clique that a lot of my homies were from, and we just would chill out on that type of vibe, on some regular just street shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then later on down the line, Joey's his cousin, and he had linked me with him. He was like, "Hey, bro, I think you should fuck with my cousin. He's like really dope. I think y'all will get along. You kind of got similar personalities. You both are crazy as fuck. Why don't you guys just link?" And it was just funny because at the time I needed a computer. Like, my computer had just crashed, and Joey had a iMac for me. I don't know how he got it. You know, we just be laughing at that story every time. Like, so he had one. I hit him. I was like, "Hey, let's meet up. Let me get that off you. I got 900 for you." We met up in L.A. Around what high school was it? I forgot the name of the high school, bro. But we was at a Burger King, and we were just chopping it up for like 3 hours. Like, this is my first time meeting him, and we just talking about, like, you know, the street past, like how we came up, where we grew up at, and different things like that. And we were just similar in a lot of different ways. And me and him was just like, "Hey, you know what, bro? Like, we should just start this shit." You know, he was already saying the cutthroat shit. He was already running with that. Like, that was his brother's whole thing. Like, they had like a little clique back in the day. And so we were just like, "Hey, let's just take it and make something of it." So we just did that. Like, really, bro, it just friendships, and that's really how that whole thing started with them.
Absolutely, man. And that's dope. Was that before or after Vince had kind of linked up with like the rise of the Odd Future era, you know, when he was rocking with like Earl Sweatshirt and those dudes?
Yeah, that was like at the beginning of that, like when Earl had went away for that time.
Gotcha.
For that minute time. And Vince was like running around, like doing his little shit. Like, that was at that point in time. Yeah, I forgot what year it was, but it was some years ago now, bro.
Yeah, man, that was probably like, I don't even know, 2011, 2012 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think it was like 2011, 2010 even, maybe. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute now. Like, it's been a real minute. It's been a long ass journey. It's been crazy.
Definitely, man.
So tell us how you got into rapping. I heard you kind of just started out through, you know, a friend persuaded you after you were shot, actually. Could you tell us kind of what happened, how you got into rapping then?
Yeah, my homie, he was like a local rapper. He was rapping all through high school and shit. And I always thought that was fire. Like, you know what I mean? I played football, so that wasn't really my whole thing. Like, rapping wasn't really never nothing that really intrigued me. I never thought I would become a rapper or anything, but I always loved music. Like, I was selling CDs in middle school, the beginning of high school, like just trying to make some money. When Kazaa, fucking LimeWire, that whole shit was breaking, I was selling CDs, like mixing them and all types of, just giving them to people, like selling them in class and shit.
Uh-huh.
And my boy, who was the rapper, after I had got shot, he sat me. We were smoking one day, and he was like, "Hey man, like, you got a lot of shit that you could really talk about. You should really think about like rapping or writing it down, doing something creative with it."
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought he was weird. I was like, "Man, bro, I don't know about that shit." Like, you know, he was just like, "You should just give it a try." And I was like, "You know what? I will. I'll really give it a shot and put everything that I'm doing down and really go for it. Ever since then, bro, like I really like this is one thing that I really committed to. Like, 'cause when I commit to something, I really go hard. Like from football to whatever the fuck like I ever wanted to do, I really put the time in. Like I would, man, bro. I remember there was a point, bro, where I was not selling no type of nothing. I stopped drugs, like you know what I mean, selling drugs, doing that whole thing, and I was really trying to work for mine. Like I started doing I was working fucking graveyard shifts from fucking 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Really?
Getting up at noon, rapping from then till I went to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was really trying to get it, and it just turned into this. You know, over time, you put the right amount of work into something, you gonna get the outcome that you're looking for. It's just how bad do you really want it? Because there's a million other people on this earth that want it just as bad, if not more, than you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So how long do you think it was before you kind of started to get that exposure, or if there was I don't know if there was a specific moment where there was like boom, it's starting to work for me now. I can keep at it.
When I did this song called Minivan Dan, way back, and I sent it to Vince and shit, and Vince was fucking with it tough, and he had sent it to Yams for me. Like he had sent it to Yams way back. And he was like, yo, that kid is hard as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Because Yams was already fucking with Vince. He already knew who Vince was. He was rocking with his whole movement and all that. And right when he said that it was hard and I had something special, I knew from there that I was like, okay, this is gonna be it. You know?
Yeah. No, definitely. So was
that point?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so at that point, I just really just turned it up a notch and started knocking out more music with Joey at that point. Like, I did Minivan Dan right before I met Joey, like literally probably like a month or two. Seen him, and then from there we just did this whole tape called Versace Rags and put it out, and that's really what I started doing shows after that and that whole thing. It was dope.
Nice. Just started firing off. And around that time, I mean, was that really the beginning of your work with the ASAP Mob and all those dudes out of New York? Because I know from there you got shit with Smoke DZA. You really kind of hit it off with those New York dudes. So would you say that was the beginning of that?
It definitely was, because after that, like I said, me and Joey had knocked out this tape called Versace Rags. He produced like pretty much all the beats, and I put that out. Yams was really fucking with me and Joey at the time. Like he flew out here, shot this video for me called Hell in a Cell, and ever since then we just kicked it off. And I got along with a lot of those New York dudes because they're big on the bars, the real rap shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt like I was really rapping. You know what I mean? Like I was really kicking some shit that they were rocking with. Like, and that was definitely the start. I did even that Minivan Dan song that I had mentioned. I did a remix with Nas, Danny Brown, and the Flatbush Zombies. And when I did that, all the New York dudes went up. They were like, "Oh hell yeah, this motherfucker is wild! Like this dude right here can speak. He's talking that shit." And I was on that wrestling shit, Like I feel like I was one of the first ones really making it wavy. Like there was very few people even like mentioning wrestling and rap. Like even if they did, it was kind of corny. Like they didn't really make it. They kind of just set a bar. Like you know what I mean? Like Rattlesnake, Stone Cold, or something like that. Like something corny. Like, I really gave it that flavor. I felt like, and Smoke and Bronson were on the same wave at that time, and the Zombies.
Yeah.
So I feel like we all clicked on that note too, and it was just a match made in heaven, bro.
Absolutely, man. No, and that's fun. That's funny you mentioned that. I kind of wanted to bring that up. Wrestling, you've got you've got the Aston 316, sorry, and then just kind of all that stuff's really starting to blow up these days. It's almost like the WWE's like making a whole new wave, and that's funny you say that because you definitely were, along with like Smoke DZA and the guys you were kind of rocking with, like that was like the rise of the whole fucking WWE and hip hop and stuff.
It definitely was. Like it definitely was at that time because nobody was doing it at that time. Now everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And now I kind of like fell back off of it because I'm kind of like, man. Everybody's, and a lot of people are doing it weak as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, bro, say that shit. And people want to pretend like they don't know who really was going hard with that shit at the beginning when nobody was going hard with the shit, From me, like I said, from me to Flatbush to DZA and Bronson, like, we were the first ones really going hard with that, like really like heavy with the wrestling metaphors and all that. Like, so
Yeah.
whoever doing that shit nowadays you can't even talk to me right now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They got to do their homework before they start bringing up
You
the
gotta
whole.
do your Googles.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. No, that's definitely dope how that all works out. Kind of backtracking a little bit, you know, we were talking about Yams, rest in peace. But it must feel pretty incredible, you know. You were one of those guys just from us, you know, seeing on the internet and stuff that it looked like he really believed in. I mean, can you elaborate on your guys' relationship or anything cool you have to say about your time hanging out with Yams and stuff?
I mean, first of all, that's somebody that like can never be replaced ever. You know what I mean? Like just as a human being, like just on that level as a human, he's somebody that was so incredible, bro. There'll never be another one like that guy. You know, there's those special people in this world that can leave that everlasting impact on you just from like the first convo ever having with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that you will never ever forget, ever. Period. But as far as like working together, bro, it was really like a blessing for me because, like I said, like me and Joey, we were really like just in a garage, just sleeping and fucking waking up and doing this music shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we really went hard for it. And he came over, and he didn't owe us shit. Like he didn't never even have to reach a hand out to ever be like, you know what, you guys are dope. I see some in y'all, and then let's go. You know what I mean? Because but he did, and he did it from the bottom of his heart with all sincerity. Like, no contracts involved, no nothing. He just really rocked with the music, and he really believed in the vision. So to just see somebody else have that type of belief in me as an artist, it just pushed me to a whole nother level, you know? It kind of made me see, like, damn, maybe everything that I was doing up until this point wasn't it. This is it, though. I have no doubt in my mind that this is it. So for somebody to be able to put that belief in you as an artist is just something you can't even describe, bro. From taking us around the world to, you know, touring in Europe with Rocky to fucking touring the U.S. with Ferg, like,
Yeah.
he put us in those places, bro, to really do things and see things that I probably never would have seen in my whole life. That people that I know, family members, that have never even been outside the damn California, period,
Yeah.
L.A., like, in general. So, you know, my whole time spent with Yams was just, I was very appreciative of what was going on, but I was trying to be a sponge and just absorb the knowledge that he would try to to me every single day. And you know, that's really, and try to pass on that same like doing it because for the love of the music for other people, just like he would do for me, you know, because he did that for a lot of people, not just me, just fucking damn near everybody that's popping nowadays, from Lil Uzi's to fucking to everybody in the middle, bro. This whole internet wave, like this is him.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's just one of the things that we noticed also with like these SoundCloud rappers, you know, like everybody. And by the way, when I say that, it's not meant like a bad thing. Like if anything, it's kind of cool now. But a lot of those guys, you can tell it takes after the things that Yams kind of brought to the table, you know.
For sure, and I mean, and it's not a bad thing, like in general, because you know that's what we do this for, you know, to leave that impact years after we're gone, or even now, like whatever, like this is what we do. You make music to influence others, you know, like give somebody else in the same struggle as you a voice, be the voice for the voiceless. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's what it is, and there's nothing wrong with being influenced off of somebody, because everybody is. But when you don't give credit where credit is due, that's kind of where it's like,
yeah,
right. You trying to pretend like you made that, bro? Like we know, you know what I mean? Like we know, dog. We know. I feel you though.
Yeah.
You know, I feel you. Know what I mean? You trying to finesse, but you finessing the wrong people. Like I don't know, but there will never be another ASAP Yams, man. Like that guy was special. And we had a lot of plans, you know, but I speak to his mom very often. I go have dinner with her every time I go to New York. She invites me over every Sunday. She cooks salmon, the best fucking salmon and rice I ever goddamn had.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like she's just dope. So I just try to stay in contact and just, you know what I mean, do my part for my homie. You know, after everything that he done gave me, bro, that's the least I could do. You know.
Absolutely,
That's
man.
beautiful.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely super respectable, and like we said, that dude, and everything you were saying, that dude has like probably the most influential guy of the past, decade or so. Like everybody that's coming out and the stuff with Future, like DS2 was damn near, an ode to A AP Yams, the whole thing. So.
And we were going up because, man, bro, I was with him. Like, it's just crazy, bro, because I was there with him when he seen him pass away in front of my own two eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there for the I was out there in New York for the Double XL freshman shit. They was considering me for doing that shit, and he was hitting me that whole week, like, hey, come kick it, come kick it, come kick it. So like for 3 straight days, we were going up, and we were playing fucking Codeine Crazy. Like, I'm talking about like 10 times in a row.
Really?
Every time we would play it, like we would have a party those 3 nights in a row, bro. Like after I went to the meeting with Double XL the first day, after that, it was just straight party mode. Us 3, like me, him, Dash, 12E, fucking Flacco came the next day. Like Flatbush was there. Like it was just crazy, bro. And it was just a crazy time for me to see that happen in front of my own 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, bro. It's just different. That guy, there's only one ASAP Yams, period.
Really eye-opening to hear somebody that was so close to him, and somebody that, like, it's almost like we wish that there were more A$AP Yams interviews, just to like be able to pick his, you know what I mean? Kind of see what he was about.
I wish there was too. I wish I could just call him right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like just because we would just have convos, bro. Just like we're having a conversation right now, bro. I swear to God. He would call me and we would talk about nothing for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he would just really try to put game up on me for an hour straight. Like it's nothing, though. But there was one thing that he would always say, and he would always try to keep everything very rare. You know what I mean? Like very rare at all times. And I feel like that's why he didn't do so many interviews. Because he wanted to just be that, just enjoy the time that is, while you're living in it.
Definitely a good thing to live by, And that's funny you say that. It was like everything the dude ever tweeted was like the most cool. Like everything that came out of that guy's mouth, at least from what I know on Twitter or anything, it was like, holy shit, that belongs on a T-shirt or something. Like,
real shit. He was wild, bro. He was a wild dude. His sense of humor was off the charts, bro.
Hell yeah,
crazy
man.
Motherfucker. Miss that guy.
Most definitely. Rest in peace, Yams. Not to switch it up totally on you, but we know you recently just got off tour with, or was the Tables, Ladders, Chairs tour with OG Mako and Lambs, who we actually had the chance to talk with recently. Definitely super cool dude, and he's got some really hard music, by the way. But
he's dope.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever you're on tour, like a lot of your music is definitely pretty hyped up. It's something that you would want to bounce around to, mosh to, whatever. What's one song that you, like, whatever city you go to, you feel like, okay, this song is going to set it off. Like, the crowd's going to be turning up to this.
There's 2. There's the song I got called Like This, and then there's this old-ass song I got called Latino Heat. And I play that at the end of my set every time.
Really?
Because no matter where I go, no matter if you know it or not, like, just when those beats come on, it's just instant. Like, it's just a riot. You know what I mean? Like, they're just going crazy every time. But most people know that both songs, like everywhere that I go, like this. We shot a video for it, so I kind of expect a few people to know what's up.
Yeah.
But we didn't do no. It was me and Bodega Bands. We didn't do any visual, no nothing. We just let the song be what it was, which was we fucked up. We should have did a video.
Yeah.
But it was what it was at the time. You know what I mean? And it still is. Like for me to be able to perform a song that's like 4 or 5 years old and get a reaction out of the people like it's brand new, it's fucking incredible, to me. Like, this in my own eyes, like, just like, damn, bro, I can still do this shit, and this song's old as hell. It feels great. But that's what I do this for, like, that's why I make the music how I make the music, for it to be able to be played however long down the line. You still get that same feeling every time you hear it.
Definitely.
That's super. But those 2 joints for sure get a rise out of people every time, guaranteed.
Absolutely.
And some of the most beautiful part about music is like when you have a track that you don't, you like you said, you didn't put a video behind it or anything. You didn't really push it in a way, I guess. But still, that like everyone kind of clings to that. They just find it organically, and then I love that aspect of pretty much any artist, and there's that one song that everyone just kind of just immediately clicks with.
You just know it.
Oh yeah.
You just know it. Like, and that's sick. Like, it's dope. Like, and as an artist, there's no better feeling, like, for you to just not, like you said, not really push it too tough, but people still get the message behind it, or whatever the case may be, and to be able to rock with it years down the line, man, it's something different.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, man.
And your latest track, "Coldest Night in Hell," that's been popping off on the blogs pretty. I mean, it's been going off like crazy recently. I got to ask though, do you have a full project coming out soon, or any plans to?
Yep, I got this project called Chapovelli. It's definitely going to be in the first quarter of next year. I'm about to unleash some beasts in the cut. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'll be quiet for a minute. Partially because of Yams, you know what I mean? Like, after that, bro, that shit really hit me hard. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That whole year after that, bro, I kind of said fuck rap. You know what I mean? Because just being like, just seeing him and not being able to not work with him was kind of discouraging. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, man, fuck this. You know what I mean? Just got back in the street and just live life regular. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wasn't even a rapper. You know?
Yeah.
But after I shut the cobwebs off and I got right back to it, and Chapovelli has been my focus ever since. So, like, I would say within the last year, I've been working on Chapovelli. But it's been on and off because I've been going to New York recording with this guy Velis through my boy Gabi. My boy Gabi, he manages French.
Oh, nice.
He's been, you know, like just like a Yams, like, to be able to see the vision in me and be like, you know what, you got it. Come on, let's get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just, I've been working on that for like the last year. I would say probably come up with like 8 joints in total. We got like, I think I got like 15 or 20 joints right now, because I want to do another tape to follow that up like a few months after the Chapovelli. But I definitely have plans on shaking shit up. That's for sure. Coldest Night was just the first. That's my intro to the tape.
Hell yeah, man.
That's gonna be the intro to Chapovelli. And I just want that vibe to come back, bro. It's a lot of people not rapping and rap right now. It's kind of just, it's kind of sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought that's what we were here for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like
You know what I mean?
4 million Post Malones like on SoundCloud.
And I'm not to sound crazy. I like some of the shit. Like, I like some of the music. Like, the vibes that you get off of it is cool at times, but there's some shit that comes out there. It's just like, really, man? Like, are you serious? Like, dude, who the fuck are you? Where were you hatched? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where were you hatched? Like, where does this come from? Where do they do this shit at?
Yeah. Who sent you?
Yeah, like, who? Like, come on, man, it's quiet. You know what I mean? That's what Yams would say. It's quiet. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, you feel me? And I feel like that's what I'm gonna do with Chapovelli, bro. I'm setting it off lyrically, and that's why I wanted to drop the Coldest Night first. It kind of felt like this is where I'm at right now. This is what I like. Even the title, Coldest Night in Hell, I just felt like after Yams passed, like, and just everything that even happened in L.A., like, there was 100 Days, 100 Nights of people just recklessly trying to kill people and over gang shit. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like going through all those things at one time kind of put me in a dark mode mentally. And that's the place I've been for the last couple of years. And I just wanted to get that off my chest, you know?
Definitely.
I felt like there was a lot of pent-up aggression and that I need to just get off. And I feel like I got it off, and I'm glad people responded the way they did. You know what I mean? Like, the blogs definitely did show me a lot of love, and I was very appreciative of that shit. Like, I was like, damn, okay, they ain't forgot about rap. You know what I mean? Just nobody's rapping.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely a pretty solid comeback. You know, just kind of spazzed out on it, and like we said, like the Fader picking it up. We noticed that she got like a couple hundred retweets and everything, so that's definitely good to see, you know, getting some love. And the thing about your music too that's cool is like you still got those hard beats that a lot of these dudes are kind of just like, whatever you want to call it, like rapping or however, singing, rap singing,
yeah.
whatever. but it's I don't know. You're actually spitting bars and talking real shit. So it's definitely dope that you're making the comeback you are. You know.
Yeah, I just that's been my whole thing since the beginning, bro. I talk about what I know. You know what I mean? And the way I talk about it is just my own unique style. Even when I was doing the wrestling punchline so crazy, it's just me. You know what I mean? It's just me. Like that's just me naturally. So I just go up in there and try to do my thing, bro. And I'm glad that that's a Ghostface sample too. That's that Mighty Healthy shit.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So when I heard it, I instantly knew I had to kill it. Like you can't just go on, you can't just get on that beat and just play with it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't patty cake hour. This is a legend beat right here. It's time to do I'm in New York recording this shit. There's a bunch of New York motherfuckers in the studio section right now. They about to look at me crazy if I don't get on here talking that bullshit. You know? So I like feeling like I have a point to prove lyrically every time. Like that shit just pushes me to a whole different type of level. When I get in my bag like that, I'll just go. That's always tell me, just get in your bag, bro, and talk your bullshit. Every time I go into the booth, just talk your shit. That's it.
That's dope.
Go ahead.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like you said, you've got to on the Ghostface sample and in New York. Like people would probably just kick you out of the studio if you weren't. Like,
bro, it's mandatory. And I'm in a studio that's called Fight Club. That shit used to have battle rap turn into a big ass studio now, which is really nice, but just that vibe is still there, you know, that they got a big ass mural, just all the greats that have passed, Biggie, Pac, fucking Big L, everybody in between, bro, on that wall, and it's just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, the vibe is here right now. The vibe is just to do your thing right now is set immediately as you walk in. And like I said, to have all the New York people in the building knowing what I'm rapping on, and when I come out that booth to be like, oh, yeah, you did your shit. Yeah. You know, because a lot of them people didn't even know me. And I don't expect them to. I don't walk around expecting nobody to know me for nothing. You know? For them to be like, hey, I don't even fucking know you, bro. But you got I ain't never heard nobody rap like that on that sample like that. So okay, bet. No, I did it. Some sort of justice. I hope you hear it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to 2017 then when, you know, you'll have to keep us in the loop. We'll keep our eyes open too, but you have to keep us in the loop for when all that music drops.
No, we're definitely. I'm dropping a visual to Coldest Night in Hell.
Nice.
Pretty sure next week. It's ready for next week. After that, I think there's a video following the song I dropped called Desperado. And then I'm gonna wait for all the holidays. You know, everybody get fat. Thanksgiving. Everybody share gifts on Christmas. It's gonna go up. And top of the year, we right back talking that shit because that was, like I said, that was like me warming up, and now it's time for everybody to see like the real potential.
Yeah, it's a go time.
Yeah, it's go time now. Like I've been waiting this whole time to just unleash shit. It's been hard to just hold on to the songs that I've had. Like I'm like, damn, I've been working this whole year. Like, fuck, I want to let this shit go right now because I know what some of these joints will do when ears are listening, are open to this shit. But I think this is the right time, top of the year. Let everything go. I'm gonna be heavy with the visuals.
Yeah.
Visually, there's gonna be a lot coming out. And that's about it, bro. Like 2017 for sure.
Definitely
going viral.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Kind of, you know, just to top everything off, you know, we'll be on the lookout for that. But we got to ask, who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
That's hard. That's hard. That's really, really hard to say. Like, but it's got to be like I always say this too. It's like a tie for me, like between Stone Cold and Mankind.
Really?
Mankind. I don't feel like Mankind ever really gets his justice. Like I think everybody kind of like overlooks him at times. Like, bro, this man put his body through a lot of shit that nobody else was doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, to fall through the Hell in a Cell, like to fall off, to get thrown off, and just crawl back up like with a broken arm, broken shoulder, and then get slammed through on fucking tacks and shit. Like, come on, man. What was going viral is Mankind was. Like, nobody put their body through more than that guy. For just the sake of wrestling, views and all that shit. Like, he did that, bro. So I always like to give it up to Mankind because I feel like I take that approach too when we rap. When I rap, like I put it all on the line. And I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. Like I make my music like not for you to criticize it, or it is dope that people love it, but I don't even do it for that. I do it for you to just accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I make my music, like, and not for ears and not intentionally. I just make it for you to accept. It's nothing else for you to do. Just accept it for what it is and take it for what it is. So I would say it's a tie, Stone Cold, because he has that flavor. He had that. But even then, he was a fucking badass. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he was just a little bit more wavy than Mankind. Mankind was straight raw.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Had that wave, popping out with the beer truck. You know what I'm saying? Like interrupting you when you're talking. What? Like, come on, man. Like that dude was fucking crazy.
Definitely, man. Yep, Stone Cold's the guy. He's like the only dude that people will be doing that beer thing that he did and don't even know what it's from. They're just like, yeah, I saw like a bunch of other people doing it. So,
bro, I used to do that shit at my shows. Like when I first came at the scene, I would walk out to his theme song. That all my early shows, bro. I swear to God, I'll have that shit playing, and at the end, I had a couple of the homies toss me the beer cans, and I would do that shit.
Oh,
I wish people would have that shit on camera. I wish we would have had Snapchat a few years back.
Oh, yeah.
This was like 2011, 2012, like when I first hit the scene. I was just doing little bullshit shows here and there. Like, I was doing that shit. That shit was so viral. I wish. I'm going to start doing it again probably. Fuck it.
Hell yeah. Back. May as well. May as well.
Okay.
Well, shit, man. What's that?
No. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, you're good. Well, no, I mean, I was just saying, I think that pretty much wraps it up. You know, we had to pick your brain definitely about the wrestling stuff with the Ashton 316 and just getting everything that's coming for 2017 because, you know, we noticed, like, it has been some time since you've been releasing stuff, and with this, we saw you fire back with The Coldest Night in Hell, so we just said, dude, we got to hit him up for an interview and see what he's been up to, you know?
Nah, I appreciate that for real, bro, because a lot of people, you know what happens when you go missing for a minute? People, like, count you out and this and that, but like, and it's cool, and I'm blessed, bro, that a lot of my fans are just so patient with me, and they still come out to these shows and still turn up to old ass fucking songs with me like they're brand new. It's just a blessing, bro, like to have established that so early, so that now I can just make my music not thinking of nothing else, just longevity. You know what I mean? Just that I want to be here for a minute. It's just dope. It's a great feeling, and for people to support the new shit that's coming out and not count me out like I was just gonna disappear. Like I be telling people, like, what you thought? What you thought I was gonna do? Thought I was gone? You know what I mean? Like, because people always ask you, like, what you really thought, huh? I be hitting people with that all the time. Like, they be like, man, I be like, you really thought, huh? Like, you really convinced yourself I was out? I be like, nah, like, you can't count me out, dog. I do this shit. It was a lot on my plate, and it hit close to home, you know. So I was just dealing with that in my own way for a long time, but now I'm back, and I'm about to start tripping. I'm on my Mankind shit.
Oh yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. And we'll obviously be on the lookout for all that new shit coming in 2017, as well as the video next week.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate that, bro.
For sure, dude. Well, yeah, once again, you know, we definitely appreciate the interview. And is there anything else you'd like to say before we log out?
Ashton Mathews, the Tan Moses, Young Chapovelli, Eddie Guerrero's hologram. Everybody knows the whole thing. You really thought? That's what I want to hear people. That's my whole thing now. You thought.
Yeah.
Don't ever think twice. Don't ever think twice about the situation, dog. Just know it off the rip. Back, baby.
This is the genius, Chris Calico. Cali, baby. Letting you know you're tuned into Tech Nine's independent grind on Dash Radio.